Hi, my name is Lachlan Turner, and I hold a copy of this assessment if the original is lost or damaged. This is my action research from PP1 RDEP 2021. Situational analysis of PP1. This action research will discuss a New South Wales public school in southwestern Sydney. Western Sydney Uni Public School is in an area of New South Wales with a moderate to high socio-economic disadvantage, with between 15.1 to 20% of families having a low socio-economic status. People in this area fall below half of the median Australian household income after considering housing cost. In the WSU area, children who are under 15 years of age live in an ecumenically disabled home. This equates to roughly 20.1 to 42.8% of children. The school focuses on putting children first and foremost, which is their school motto. The school has Aboriginal education and a diverse range of students from all different backgrounds. The school offers extensive programs to help students and families with disabilities, as well as specific classes that offer higher education, like the Opportunity Class or OC. The school uses the PBL focus of Rory the Lion, who focuses on students' well-being, respect, and kindness. This action research will take place in a Stage 2 Year 4 class with 30 students, 14 male and 16 female. Students in this class come from a diverse cultural background. The students in this class are performing at a below average level for their age group. There are students with disabilities like autism, ADHD, and ADD. The class enjoys integrating technology within the classroom, also known as ICT. Students have set table seating to help with engagement. Sitting certain students next to each others helps to reduce teacher workload and promote peer-to-peer learning. The teacher uses technology throughout the school day as it is an integral part of the school's pedagogy. The teacher promotes an inclusive environment catering for all student needs. I chose dialogic teaching as my 21st century pedagogy to go along with my AITSL specialization of mathematics because it directly correlates to the teaching strategies I used during my PP1 mathematics lessons. My mentor teacher and myself would often reflect on my daily practice and weigh it against the MEE framework for student motivation and engagement. Peter Tao, 2019, suggests that dialogic teaching goes beyond the regular realm of teaching, as students in the 21st century need to be equipped with a more holistic view of education, emphasizing their communication, creative, collaboration, and creative thinking skills. I believe that during my PP1 lessons of mathematics, I brought in examples of real-world scenarios that aided in developing students' critical thinking skills. Through dialogic learning, students will improve their mathematical vocabulary from reciprocating and reinforcing information. For my future lessons, I will be using dialogic teaching with emphasis on the MEE framework of engagement to create lessons that encourage a supportive environment. Munn, Sawyer and Cole, 2013. Students during this mathematics lesson will be using strategies such as reciprocal learning and focused purposeful learning to increase their engagement with the task. By creating lessons that cater for all the needs of the students and choosing problems that directly correlates to the real world, I'll be able to implement the MEE framework within my lessons. I'll be focusing on capturing the attention of students in their mathematics lessons by engaging their creative side. By making mathematics enjoyable and creative, students will develop a sense of autonomy. Here is my mini unit of work from lessons 1 to 3. Here is a list of affordances and constraints that were seen throughout my mini unit of work. Data analysis, collection tools, strategies, and analysis. The student data will be analyzed by their ability to speak openly and voice their own opinions. Light and Littleton 2000 believes that social interaction between students is the key to a creative mindset for students. The engagement of the students will be measured by how well they interact with one another. This will be done by exit slips at the end of the lessons. Graham 2020. I will be taking notes throughout all lessons as anecdotal records. Lara 2020. This will allow me to see and document the engagement levels of all students. Dialogic teaching is about how well the students can engage with one another and myself through conversation, asking questions, and taking a creative, collaborative approach to learning. TO 2019. For students' disengagement, I will be looking for students who are having an off-topic conversation, and I aim to implement strategies to stop this. By linking all the mathematics to the real-world concept of human apocalypse, the students will be able to have a fun and engaging set of lessons. I'll be looking through the exit slips at the end of each lesson and readjusting and re-evaluating my lessons in accordance with the level and knowledge of the students. Students will have the opportunity to benefit from the MEE Fair Go framework, Munns, Sawyer, and Cole 2013. Each lesson will engage their cognitive thinking by creating a task that is challenging, motivating, and promoting higher order thinking, by adjusting the concepts of mathematics and giving it real-world possibilities and relating it to a concrete interest of the class. At the conclusion of this mini unit of work, I envisage the markers of engagement through this high cognitive lesson will be their high affective learning of feeling good that have used mathematics to solve out-of-the-box problems. Data collection tools, strategies, and evaluation. The observation tools that I selected to have evaluate student engagement with the MEE framework and my mathematics mini unit of work included anecdotal records, student exit slips, and verbal positive feedback throughout their learning. Nessa 2012. Mathematics to some is a right or wrong, where teachers often use worksheets, as I found out during PP1. For me as a practitioner, I will collect data and use mathematics to showcase the true potential of how students learn, can be creative, and how they acquire and present data. One of my tools for documentation is the anecdotal records. These anecdotal records will be specific to each student and house information regarding their engagement with the MEE framework. I will use this information collected through these records to showcase the work and engagement to the parents and to the students themselves to improve their confidence with mathematics and develop an enjoyment for schooling. During Lesson 2, I will collect data from Mathletics 2021. I will use this information to help differentiate the learning to cater for all the different levels of students in the class. Throughout Lesson 3, I will be collecting conversational data by which I will be grading students on their ability to engage with the task and how well they perform the basic strategies outlined during the lessons. At the end of this lesson, I will be collecting the student work and compiling what strategies they used and if they used it correctly in a table for the students to self-reflect on at the start of the next lesson. I will be self-evaluating my mini unit of work through the exit slips of the students from Lesson 1, showing how well they engaged with the topic and how well I facilitated the learning of the students through the dialogic teaching approach. This will benefit my teaching practice in the future as it will help develop my teaching pedagogy of dialogic teaching. Summary statement. Implementing action research will help me refine my practice by engaging in a dialogic way of teaching that is student-focused and teacher-facilitated. By engaging and building upon creative thinking, high cognitive thinking, and collaboration, I can help students have a more supportive learning environment where they are engaged and motivated to learn. Sawyer et al. 2017. My personal development and future teaching of mathematics will have a direct impact from the action research done during the mini unit of work. By having a dialogic teaching strategy, I can focus on certain EITSL standards that will greatly affect the students in my class and their engagement with my teaching. EITSL Standard 1.1, 1.2, focusing on how students learn is an integral part of dialogic teaching. as without knowing the interest and knowledge levels of the students, I will be unable to create diverse and creative learning experiences for them. During my PP1, I focused on Standard 1.5, trying to differentiate my teaching to cater for all students. With implementing this action research, I would be better able to build my relationships and participate in educated, higher order thinking discussions for mathematics and how it relates to real world scenarios. By creating these hands-on lessons, students are found to have a higher engagement and motivation to be creative. Sawyer et al. 2017. This action research will help me to become a better reflective practitioner in the future. Here is a list of references that I used throughout my assignment. Thank you for watching.